Okay, all right. Some all of you probably, yeah, most of you watching will probably give a shit about what I'm saying right now. But okay, let's. Puppet is no more. Puppet news. Sorry, have to. Yeah, Puppet in general. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stick with the whole moist critical, quote unquote, type of commentary, criticism, format, style, whatever style, yes, of narrating my thoughts. And yeah, I had to keep it simple. So yeah, if I make a review or a criticism, giving my opinions on a certain anime or manga, there you go. Well, I guess I'm still gonna keep the Tell Me Rindo, because yeah, taco topics that I feel like, it's really something that's close to a podcast. That's the original intention that I had for that. But yeah, anyway, hey, how are you, family? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming. This is the channel where kings, we all wanted to be kings at some point in our lives, and not really king as in like, monarchy king, but we always wanted to dream to be the best. We wanted to be at the top. Don't get me wrong. I mean, yeah, some others don't wish to become a king. Some wish to live their lives as simple and as humble as a farmer, a worker, peasant. I was going with peasant because I was trying to find a analogy to a fantasy world, but never mind. Point being is that we all wanted to be great, but some of us don't have the strength, and we don't have the proper drive to do so. But we can overcome that challenge by giving ourselves the right motivation and the right resources, and just anything that allows us to become better, that allows us to evolve, to adapt, to grow as a person, physically, mentally, emotionally, all aspects in the human sense. Now, I'm dragging this for too long. Today I'm gonna be talking about Ousama Ranking of Kings. Please watch it. Please do. If you're too busy, that's understandable. Just find time to watch it, because it's about 33 episodes, only 24 minutes each. Yeah, kind of standard um time for it. Yeah, of course. And trust me, please trust me when I say this, it's better for you to watch it uninterrupted, because you're bound to get excited for the next episode. Now, I know a lot of anitubers have already made their reviews on this series, and even before it finished, they made it. Two episodes in, they're already saying, "Whoa, this is great! This is great! Let's watch this," or something like that. And I understand, because this truly is a masterpiece. It really is. It really is. And I just wanted to give you, fam, my own take on this series and why you should watch it. Now, I have to note though that I do have to tell you this, that upon watching this series, you're bound to cry at least once, nay, thrice, within the course of the series, because there's so much going on that you get thinking on who to feel sorry or who to feel pity for, trying to find the sort of antagonistic trait of the character of a character who's really the bad guy, trying to distinguishing who's good or not, and the like. And really, I say this because it's what I felt, at least my opinion, to my perspective, it's how I felt upon watching the first few episodes of it. Right? Now, simply put, the story is about a boy named Boji, and he's apparently a giant, but he's the size of a baby, and he is deaf. Now, in this fantasy world, there is what we call the ranking of kings, and it's sort of like a ranking system. It's in the name. Now, the ranking system is like where the strongest or the greatest of the kings, like in terms of every aspect of being a king, right? The king has to be strong, he has to be kind, great, his kingdom is flourishing, all that stuff. A lot of factors come in. But yeah, the greatest king is the greatest king, and it is Boji's dream to be the number one king, to take first place in that ranking system. But unfortunately, life sucks for him because of his powerlessness. People make fun of him and say things like he'll never be the king, And what it sucks even more because his mother passed away, his dad passed away, his stepmother's a tsundere, a really tough tsundere, tough one to crack, a really not honest one at that. Yes, his stepbrother's an arrogant prick, and then he meets a venom symbiote, shadow. He meets a shadow creature named Kage, and together they train or go on this journey to get Boji to unlock his greatest strength and save the kingdom from disaster. Now, I'm just gonna leave or list down, right, the elements of the story in which I absolutely adore and love. First one, animation, and I quote what I wrote. Beautiful. It has this vibe, that really pops like from a fairy tale or a fable or something. The character designs are unique as well. Which studio did wonderfully with this, and I understand why. This really deserves all the rewards it got. Second, the theme songs. And I quote what I wrote. Openings and endings are beautiful, but I especially love the second opening, Hadako no Yusha by Vandi. And everything about this opening theme song, from the visuals to the song itself, it really speaks to you so hard, and I you not, that it makes you cry once you watch the series, or at least for me. Rewatching the opening, the artist really sinks the emotion well to its narrative, and it's really another instance of I may not understand and I may not understand the lyrics, but my soul does type of deal. This really slaps hard, and I love it. Third, the plot line. It's pretty really well-paced transitions of episodes. I quote what I wrote. The anticipation for the next one never disappoints, and it just adds so much flavor, whether it is adding to the hype, the emotion, the times when you cry from the backstory of a character. It's really powerful storytelling, and especially from the part where I mentioned that backstories of these characters. Damn, that's oh my god, that I love it. Right, next, fourth, were we fourth? Yeah. And I suppose that this is one that everyone also agrees, of course, and what makes a story really, have that vibe, has that dimension to it, right? Or really pop out, is of course the characters. It has so much depth, yeah. Now, character development, and I quote what I wrote. The character development you witness is absolutely stunning. It's elevating to see how a once arrogant asshole could become so normal, and once he finally had his eyes opened. And I also have to say as well, towards the characters, remember when I said that you'll feel like you have a hard time distinguishing who's good or bad, or trying to find out like who's really on the side of the main protagonist? Well, I love the play the story takes to that element. You see a character who seems to be bad, but flash a backstory and you'd see the reason why they are doing so. And this really strikes me hard, and I guess to others as well, because I guess it's also because you go through something similar like this. It's that moment when you are mad at someone, right? Say your mom or your dad, right? You're mad at them for doing this or that, something that you find that's that you don't disagree with. And until you find out the truth about the sacrifices they made for you and their true intentions that were hidden, it really makes you have that feeling of regret, that you should have done better. You should have not done that, what you did, or something. I don't know. But to me, yeah, that's really the vibe that I got from this. And this is what I kind of felt towards the antagonist as well. I mean, things were rough, towards the antagonist's backstory. Hot damn, it really makes your blood boil, and I understand the rage within this antagonist, but that still does not justify yet, how negative of an impact this antagonist's plans are to Boji, the main protagonist, and to everyone else who were affected. But I'm glad that they got closure in the resolution of this story. In fact, I guess it's less than an antagonist and more of a protagonist who has lost their way. I guess, yeah. most bad guys, I suppose, yeah, they have that sort of motif where like, they do this because they're blinded by whatever reason or whatever factor that that causes them to be blind or something that causes them to lose their way. That type of deal. I love it. And of course, a very big props as well to Boji. What a protagonist! And I quote what I wrote. You can never hate him, not only because he's adorable, but because his struggles are finally rewarded in the end, and it's so satisfying to see that. There are people who helped him grow stronger, helped him face the challenges ahead, and praised him for how much he has grown. And especially I love when they were shocked by his growth. And this growth is something that, it was within him all this time, but he just cultivated it even further. Again, I quote what I wrote. It's not like he's been given a new ability or something. It's a type of growth where you make better use of the abilities you had already and cultivated that to its fullest. I suppose, yeah, Boji also gains the feeling of self-confidence within himself again. He got that back, which is absolutely heartwarming. Gaining strength and courage from the people around you who helped you. It's so damn. I love it. But another thing that he has gained as well is a better understanding of what true courage is, of what true strength is. But yeah, what tops all of that really, actually, what all of that entails ties together towards the decision that he made in the end. And I won't spoil too much into that territory, but what I can say about it is that it's truly admirable for him to do so. Damn, I love it. Boji makes you feel things. And I guess part of the reason why is because his character design is that he's just a kid. He's just a kid, and he's going already through so much, and the stakes are high. The stakes are high, and seeing him go through all that, just plowing down and just doing his best, it's beautiful. No, yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to address really about this series. I don't know, maybe I've missed some parts. Other anitubers have already covered that as well, but I just want to give you my own take on this. But what I can tell you with confidence is that this series truly is it truly is worth a watch. Take care, family.